So good everyone, good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another Power BI section brought to you by UrBizEdge. And for today's session, we're having Embed Power BI report to multiple platforms. This section will be done by myself, Temidayo Omoniyi. So this session is brought to you by the collaboration between Enterprise DNA and UrBizEdge. So for some of you that might be asking what is Enterprise DNA, so the main motto is basically empowering Power BI users all over the world to change the world. They're also a data company located in the United States. And also I want to give a big announcement also. We now have a new sponsor, which is MHS Analytics. They're based in Canada. They offer training such as Power BI, Excel, and also financial modeling. So for some of you that might be in Canada and you might be interested in taking courses on Excel, Power BI, and financial modeling, you can also reach out to MHS Analytics. Also, and their motto is basically they are committed to giving their clients the business intelligence edge they need using tools they already use. So basically, they use tools you guys already have. So they use the tools you guys already have. And you can also check their website. So if I click here, it takes me to their website. Right, so it's mhsanalytics.com. So for some of you that might be interested in training in Excel, Power BI, financial modeling, and also in data tools such as big data, in-depth Excel, Power BI, Python for data analysis, and also for financial modeling. So this is just a new announcement for our new sponsors and partners. Okay, so I'll go back to my presentation. Let me just share the link to the chat for MHS Analytics for some of you that might be interested in checking them out. So pasted it in the chat box. Okay, awesome. So let me go back to my presentation. Okay, so UrBizEdge, right? So we UrBizEdge, we're registered Excel, we're registered Microsoft Excel consulting, financial modeling, business intelligence, data analysis, and also enterprise solution firm in Nigeria. And one of our key focus is basically we help companies and high value professionals be on top of the business data. We're also the developer of some financial tools, some data tools, which you can also find in the Microsoft Office store, such as the Nigerian Finance Market Analysis tool, which is found in Microsoft Office store. We're also the developer of the Nigerian Stock Analysis Dashboard and so many other software and application you might need for your data and other financial analysis. We're also a training company located in Lagos, Abuja, and also in Port Harcourt. So this is our calendar for our upcoming training. So on the 11th of April, which is next month, we're having Python for data analysis. For some of you that might be interested in Python for data analysis, pandas, matplot, visualization, and data cleaning. On the 14th of April, we'll be having in-depth Excel training, executive dashboard, and business data analysis. For some of you that might be interested in building reports, building dashboard using a pivot table, building dynamic reports, and the rest, and data cleaning. So this is the training for you guys. On the 17th of April, we're having financial modeling and also financial planning training. So I'll just give a brief description about myself because I'm the presenter of today. So I'm a Microsoft certified data analyst. We specialize in data, business intelligence, and data science with over 3 years of combined experience. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. I also have passion in sharing knowledge, helping and mentoring young data analysts. I also develop custom solutions in Microsoft Office. I'm currently the team lead of data and BI for UrBizEdge Limited. I enjoy creating educative content on UrBizEdge YouTube channel and other platforms. You can also find me on Microsoft Forum. I enjoy writing code and also automating business processes using Microsoft Power Automate and also Python. So you can follow me on LinkedIn, Twitter, and also on GitHub. So I'll just stop sharing my screen for a minute and we'll start proper for today. So off my camera. Okay, amazing. Thank you all for coming early. So we'll be starting very, very, very soon. Okay. I'm sharing my screen again. And this time around, I'll share the entire screen. Please, can someone just confirm if you can see my screen? Just say yes. Michael. Okay. Can you confirm if my screen is visible, still visible? Okay, yes. Okay, thank you, Olademeji. Okay, awesome. So we'll be talking about exploring the Power BI Embed capabilities. So the question that comes to mind is, what is Power BI Embed, right? So Power BI Embed gives you the option of publishing your Power BI report easily and securely on a website or any other platform. So when you when it comes to Power BI Embed, right, one of the key things that are very, very, very important is your Power BI license. So your Power BI licenses are basically grouped into two stages rather. We have the user base and also have the capacity base. So for the user base, right, we have the free, pro, and premium per user. So for the user base, those are individual users. Most times you have the free, we have the pro, also have the premium per user. And why for capacity base, those are like bigger organizations, right? We have the premium, also have the Power BI embedded, right? So those are the two groups, and these are the other licenses available in Microsoft Power BI: the free, the pro, the premium per user, the premium, and also the embedded. So let's talk about the difference and what advantage you have when it comes to the different licensing. So for the free, right, we have the free, we have the pro, and we have the premium per user. I'm talking about the user base this time around. So one thing about the free is that you can have access to content in My Workspace. So for the free license, right, in Workspaces in Power BI, there are two kinds of workspace. We have the My Workspace and we have the Workspace. I'll explain all of that, right? So for free rather, you have only access to what My Workspace. Why for Pro, the Power BI Pro? It says what you can publish content to other workspace, you can share dashboard, you can subscribe to a dashboard and report. You can share with users who have a Pro license. Another amazing feature of the Pro license is that you have up to 8 times daily refresh. So if you're someone that always put data, like you're putting information inside your database, so for the Pro license, you have up to 8 daily refresh, right? And also developer features such as incremental refresh and data flow are also available in the Power BI Pro license, which you can find in your workspace. So for the data flow is more like Power Query online. We also have the premium per user license. So for this one, we have you can publish content to other workspaces. You can share dashboard, subscribe to a dashboard and report. You can share with users who have bought a pro license. So for I'm sure some of you know the meaning of subscribe, right? So if you're someone that needs daily reports, so most times you can set your Power BI report to subscribe, and there's also subscribe, also have the alerts, right? One amazing feature about the Pro per user license, you have up to 48 daily refresh. So 48 daily, so that means you can refresh your data set up to 48 times each day. I also have some advanced data flow features, right? Okay, so the next one for Pro license, you can consume content shared with, you basically consume content that's shared with them, but you can't share content with other people. Right, for the Pro, you can distribute content to users who have a free license, and for the premium per user, distribute content to users who have both free and pro license. Okay, and lastly, so for free license, it is recommended for individuals or students who want to learn, who are learning Power BI, right? And also it is for the pro, it is recommended for small and medium based business that want to use the full features of Power BI, and also for the premium per user, recommended for small or medium users business that want to use the full features of Microsoft Power BI. So those are just all about the license. So let's talk about the advantage of organization embedding the reports, right, to different platforms. So one of the key advantages, you can easily integrate a solution into an existing custom portal with advanced reporting tools such as SharePoint, Microsoft Teams, PowerPoint, and other platforms, right? So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to create a Power BI report. We're going to publish our Power BI report into our Power BI services, and after that, we're going to embed that Power BI report into multiple platforms. That's what we plan on doing today. Another quick key features, another amazing feature is it improves security by making use of the role level security, which filters data based on credentials. I'm sure if you know what they call RLS, right, in Power BI, it talks about, it's called role level security. So it basically means you give people ability to see certain data based on your credentials. So most time people use it for hierarchy purpose, right? So if I'm like the manager of certain region, I should be able to see some certain information. And if I'm manager of certain region, I should be able to see some other certain information, right? So if I go next, Power BI license is not required to view report published to the web. Yeah, okay. So when you're publishing your Power BI report, right, you have two options. You can either publish to the web or publish to what portal. So I'll explain both, right? So publishing to the web is usually free. It's like a publishing to a website, like anybody has the link can view the reports. While publishing to a portal is usually it has a little bit of security. So when you publish to the portal, right, it's only people in your company's organization. What I mean your company organization, under your company's tenant. Like for instance, now I work for UrBizEdge, right? So if I publish to a portal, only people that has XYZ at UrBizEdge.com that can view the report, provided I did not add what the row level security to the data, to the report itself. And you add your RLS to your data set. We have what we call, it provides a real-time update to dashboard to get quick to make quick decision rather. And okay, so our point of focus for today will be mainly focusing on three main key points, right? We're going to creating a workspace. We're going to be publishing our report from our Power BI desktop to Power BI services. And we're going to create an embedded coded report, right? So let me just talk about a little bit of comparison now between the Power BI when you publish to the web or public, and also when you publish to portal or website. So look at, you can see the comparison, right? So when you publish to the web, right, it says what your reports are usually public. That means that anyone that has access to that report can view, anyone that has access to that link can basically view the reports. So when you publish to what? Web, it's free. So most times Microsoft always tell you that you don't publish sensitive information to what? Public or web. It's not all the information you publish to what? To web. So you have to put it as website or portal so that only people in your organization can view the report. Or let's say, for instance, now I'm working for UrBizEdge, right? So we've created a report for our internal sales. Nobody's expecting to now publish that same report towards web because of it's not logical, right? Because of I don't want any our people to have access to that report. I only want people in my organization to be able to do what? View that report. So only people in my organization that are expected to view it. That means I have to publish to what website or portal. Okay, let me continue. So for publishing to web, it says what reports are usually what public. If it's public, that means definitely logins are not what required. That means anyone with the link can view the report. We publish to web. You have the various options, right? You can easily embed interactive Power BI content in a blog post, website, email, and also a social media. So for email, usually Outlook. Yeah, most times I've used Outlook once or twice for that. You can easily edit, update, refresh, and stop sharing your published reports. When you publish to web, you can use filter on these reports. You need you need a pro license basically for that. Sorry. So for reports now, so when you publish to a website, so you can call it website or portal. So reports are usually private, you can see, right? Because of I want to publish the report for only people in your business to be able to see it. I use what portal or website. You can call it website or portal rather. So reports are usually what? Private. Logins are what? Required. Because for me to be able to view that report, look at the bigger picture, right? Everyone in my company uses Microsoft. So that means if everyone uses Microsoft, definitely everyone should have an Office 365 account. And part of Office 365 packages what? Power Apps, Power Automates, Power BI. So that means I should have like a credentials to log in. So that's why I think say what? Unauthorized personnel cannot log in. So how it works is when I publish to what? A portal, right? It generates a link. I share the link. Okay, I can see. Okay, I can see the link, right? So when I share that now, the next concept is actually I have a lot to cover. That's why I'm actually first, kind of. So when you log in, right, the idea behind that is unauthorized personnel cannot view the report. So how the thing works is if I publish it now to the web, right, people in UrBizEdge should be able to view it because of why they're under my company's tenants. They have UrBizEdge.com. But people that are not in my company, let's say for instance, someone's working for Chevron and he gets hold of the link, he shouldn't be able to see it because why it's not under my company's tenant. That's why some people when they have this Microsoft, if they're the Microsoft admin, like now if you've created a developer account, right? If you go to the admin part, you can actually add people, you can add users. So like now for our organization, now Michael is the admin, right? I'm under Michael, which is well because I'm a user under Michael because he has the admin inside his Office 365. You can use Office 365. You can also use Office script, any of those one you want to use. Sure. So I'm under Michael, right? So if I'm trying to log in now to a report published to the web, only what people in your business can view the reports. Sorry, I think I have to pause I'm getting notification from somewhere. Just give me a minute. Let me pause it. Let me stop sharing my screen for a minute. Let me stop. Just close this. I think it's from WhatsApp. Okay. 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 So I think I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. That by saying what unauthorized personnel cannot view the report, right? You also have some other options like users who have access to the workspace can see the report. Users who are member of your organization can also see the report on workspace. You publish to web, you can use the filter options. So these are the things we'll be doing for today, right? And also I kept a note. I said what? Note, when publishing to the web, make sure you're not publishing what sensitive data like sales data, management data, and also what's marketing data. So these are the things we'll be covering for today, right? We're going to embed our Power BI report inside of SharePoint Online. We're going to embed the same Power BI report inside of Microsoft Teams. We're also going to embed the same Power BI report inside of PowerPoint. We're also going to embed the same Power BI report inside of Jupyter Notebook. We're going to embed the same Power BI report inside of Canva and also inside of a WordPress site and Notion and some other platforms. So let's start. So the first thing I need to do now, I'll open my browser. I'll go to incognito. Which one should I use? Okay. So in your browser, right? Go to powerbi.com. So I'm going to powerbi.com. Right? So I'm in powerbi.com. I just take a little bit of time, but it's coming up. Okay. 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 I want to use another account. I don't want to use this one. I want to use my developer account. So it's faster that way. Okay. Which one should I use? Okay. I'll use this. Okay. So now this is what they call Power BI services, right? So Power BI is usually broken down into three phases. We have the Power BI desktop, which everyone uses. We have the Power BI services, which is the online on. Some people call it Power BI online, but it's basically called Power BI services. Also have the Power BI mobile. So you can also have your Power BI right inside of your mobile phone. It's available for both Android and iPhone users. So the first thing I need to create what they call a workspace. So let me explain the concept of workspace. So when you publish from your Power BI desktop, you are publishing into two spaces. So let's say spaces and Power BI, right? So the first one is what we call the workspace. Or let me just start with my workspace rather. So the first one is called my workspace. My workspace. So for my workspace is usually your personal workspace. So for this workspace, right, you don't do what they call collaboration. You don't do collaboration. So no collaboration. Right? So it's usually for your personal use, right? So when you publish to my workspace, you can see the name my workspace. So it's usually for what? Your personal workspace. It's only you that have access to that workspace. So that means only the owner of that workspace that have access to it. You cannot collaborate with other people in your organization. And the other one we have is called what? Workspaces, right? Workspaces. So for workspaces, the concept about workspaces is that you can share your reports with others. So that's one key feature. You can basically share your report with other people in that workspace. So the idea is I'm working for a company now, right? Let's take for instance, I'm working for Chevron, and I want to be able to share my report with other people in Chevron, like other people in my team. Let's take for instance, I'm in the marketing team of Chevron, and I've created a report for the marketing team. I want other people to have access to that report. I'll put it away. I'll put it in what? In workspaces. You get? Okay. So now I'm back here, right? So now you have two options there. You have workspace, you have my workspace. But because I want something that I can be able to share, I can create an embedded code. I'll use what they call workspaces, right? So I want to create a new workspace. I can just click on new workspace, right? So I can give the workspace a name. Let me say, I'll call it your UrBizEdge webinar, your UrBizEdge webinar class, right? Another thing, you can also add an image if you want to. Let me just add a very, very nice and simple image for my desktop. Scroll down. I'll put your business logo. Okay, awesome. So you can also put description, but description is usually optional. So if you want to put anything, definitely it's fine. You can put anything you want. Also, I would call the advanced, right? So if you scroll down, right? So basically, because of I'm the workspace admin, you can also add some specific users to this workspace. But mind you, this is my own developer account. So the people that I have in this workspace under me are people I created myself, right? So let me just use workspace admin. But if you scroll down, the data is usually stored in your OneDrive, and your license mode, you're basically consider different kind of license. You have the Pro, you have the premium per user, you have the premium per capacity, and also have the embedded. So if you are doing things like deployment pipeline in Power BI, so it works with only premium per user, like everything from here down, it works with it, right? But for Pro now, since I'm using Pro because my developer account is a Pro license, and also you can create you can develop a template from here, but let's just keep all of this. Let's click on what's save, right? So it's going to create, now it has created this for me, right? So now I can actually add a content now, because now this is my workspace here, right? Called what? Your UrBizEdge webinar class. So I can add the content here, or I can publish a content from my Power BI desktop. Another cool features here again, you can also check the new, you can see that you can create a report, you can create a paginated report from here. You can also do things like data flow. You can also do things like streaming of data over here. Well, now let's now go to our Power BI desktop. So what I want to do now is I'll publish my report from my Power BI desktop. I'll move it to this workspace over here. So now I'll go to my Power BI desktop. So this is my Power BI desktop, right? This one is on my local computer. Okay. So now what I will do now is, let me just save this. Okay. And also always ensure that you are logged in with the same account. So if I go to my account, you can see there's still my developer account that is here. Awesome. So what I will do now is I'll go to my home tab. You can see publish here, right? So I'll click on publish. So this report now, to move this report from my Power BI desktop to my Power BI services. So I will save this. I'll look for, and you can see what it's telling you. Microsoft always gives you warning. It says what? Please ensure you validate the information you are about to publish. So it means what is expecting to publish to the right workspace. Publish to the right workspace. So what I will do now is I'll look for the workspace now. I think I name it as your UrBizEdge webinar. Yeah, you can see your UrBizEdge webinar class. I click on select. So that will be publishing. So let me check if there's any question. Okay. Okay. Cool. No questions so far. Okay. So let's continue. Okay, now you can see the session was success, right? That means it has successfully done what? It has successfully published. Okay, so I just click on I can click here and it can take me to the site, or I can just click on got it, right? So I'll go to this page. You can see nothing is here, right? But I've actually published the report up here. Now you can see showing. So when you're publishing, right, you're publishing two things. You're publishing your reports. Usually it's called your PBIX file. And at the same time, you're also publishing your data sets, right? So your data set, this is where you do your RLS, or you do your OLS, or you do other kind of security here. So two things you're publishing your reports, which is your PBIX file. You're also publishing your data set. That's the same data I use in creating the reports. Right? Okay, awesome. Now I have two things. Now also I can also create a dashboard from here, or I can also create an app. So you can create your app from this side over here. Can you see? You can create an app from here also. You see, right? But we're not creating an app, we're creating by embedding. So I'll go to the report. So this is my report here, right? So I'll click on report over here. So it's going to open it for me. Just give it a couple of minutes. Okay, voila. I can see, right? So this is now the Power BI services. Now move the report. You can see this is the report in my Power BI desktop. I've taken the report from my Power BI desktop to my Power BI services. The same report now from here to here. So what I want to do next now, to now embed, right? So what I will do now, can you see this file, this place about file? I'll click on file. Some things you can do, you can save a copy. Sometimes, now let's say for instance, now you've built a report now. and you've published it to Power BI services, and all of a sudden now your system crashes and you want to get the report back, you don't have to panic. Just go to your Power BI, log into any Power BI, log into any use any laptop and log into Power BI service, right? And go to File and click on what? Download. This will download your file for you. You can also manage permission. But what I want to do, I want to embed a code. So I'll click on Embed Report, right? Because I have three options here, right? I have what? Website or portal. I also have what? Publish to what? Web or public. You also have what? SharePoint online. I also have what? My developer playground. So for this developer playground, those are people that are more of Power BI developers. If you're working with Power BI Embedded Analytics, there's something called Power BI Embedded Analytics. So that one, you have to write a lot of .NET frameworks and the rest. But what I want to do now, I want to publish to, remember, I told you the difference between publishing to a portal and also publishing to what? A web. So let's start with portal first. If I click on publish to portal now, right? If I copy this link, I'll put this link in the chat box. You guys will tell me if you're able to. So I've pasted the link in the chat box. Click on it. Did it open for any of you? If it's open for you, can you just tell me? So if you guys are in the class, just try it if it's working. So just say, let me give ourselves like 2 minutes. So if anybody's tried it, because it's not meant to work, so I want to know, did anybody try it? Okay. Okay, yeah, it's going to ask you to log in. Yeah, because why? Remember, I told you that there are two ways of publishing. You can publish to what? A website. You can also publish to what? Portal. When you publish to portal, right? Only people in your BizEdge can log in. Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. You cannot log in. You cannot log in. Bakaran, you can't log in. Yeah, it's correct. Only people in my company can only view that report. I don't people that can log in. Because why? I publish to what? Portal. But let's now do the other one now. Let's try it again. So this time around, I'll go back to that same file. I'll go to Embed Report. Can you see? Publish to web or public now. So I'll publish this to generate two codes for me, to generate a link and also an iframe code for me, right? So I'll copy the link. I'll paste it now in the chat box. So you guys try this one this time around and tell me if it works for you guys. So I've sent another one. Just try it and tell me if it works for you guys. So let's wait. I think I have like 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So did it work? Just yes, no, yes, no. Yes, no, yes, no. Working awesome. Why this one is working is because why? I said, well, publish to what? Web. I remember part of my rules, I said that if you are publishing to web, make sure you're not publishing sensitive data. Now, what happened now is that imagine if this data I published, and this particular link I sent you was a financial report of Central Bank, and I sent to you people here now. That means you guys can actually see the reports. And it's sensitive data. You get so, and people can just easily lose their job from this. So always know where to publish, like what part are you publishing to portal or are you publishing to web? Okay. So what I just did now, if I copy this link, I open a new link and you see the reports here. Voila. And this is it, right? So now this does the embedded code. So I've done stage 1. Okay. So now let me go back to my Power BI services. I'll close this. So what I want to do next now, I want to show you how to embed this same report now inside of my Microsoft PowerPoint. So now let's take, for instance, now I'm meant to present to my manager now on a report I created on Power BI. The way people used to do before is that they will take a screenshot, they start doing screenshots of the report and start pasting it in the Power BI, in the Microsoft PowerPoint. Like they'll do the report. Do not use screenshot. Do not use, they use like a sniper tool or a Snagit or screenshot. They'll screenshot some parts. They'll put it in the Microsoft PowerPoint. They'll not start doing a presentation. But no, you don't need to do that anymore. Now with the new Office 365 and also Excel 2021 version upwards, you can actually embed these reports. As this report is, I can embed it inside of my Microsoft PowerPoint, and it's going to be dynamic with all the slides working. I see the slicers as they're working. It's also going to be dynamic with all the slicers working. So how would I go about that? That's the next question, right? So the two things you need is the URL link. So if I go to export here, right? Can I see export over here? Can I see PowerPoint, right? Okay, so you can see I can embed image. I can also what embed live data. I'll select embed live data, right? So now this has popped out, right? So you can see this link. I can copy this link directly, or I can actually open it automatically inside of my PowerPoint. So if I click on open PowerPoint, I click on, I say allow, just open, right? So it's going to open it for me now. Let's see. Let's wait. Okay. But says, tell me something went wrong. Do you know why I'm saying something went wrong? Look at the reason why, right? So if I come to my Power BI services, you look at this account here, it is my developer account, right? But if I come to this, my PowerPoint own, if you look at this account here, is my what? This is my company's account. You can see, right? So there's conflict between accounts, so it won't work. What I need to do now is I can just easily come here and I can what? Change it to my new account, like my account I'm currently using right now, which is my developer account. Or for some of you that might be doing it for the first time. So if you're doing it for the first time, let's work together. Just insert blank. Okay. So if you're doing it for the first time, what I'll do now is I'll just change this to my developer account. That's the login to my developer account, right? So it has changed. So if you're doing it for the first time, right, I have to create an add-in called Power BI add-in. So this is my PowerPoint. I'll go to insert. From insert, you can see Power BI here. But if you're doing it for the first time, go to what? Get data. For this, you have to have internet connection. So I'm going to, this is Microsoft Store now. I will search for Power BI, right? Enter. So it's going to give me two. I have the Power BI tiles. This was one that was formerly used. I think this one, they used to pay for it or something. And this is the one that was created by Microsoft, right? So when you see this Power BI, this one here, just click on what? Add. And that's all. When you click on add, it comes as an add-in inside of your what? Your Microsoft PowerPoint. So when you click on add, it should appear here. So what I will do now is from insert again, I'll select my Power BI, right? So this is my Power BI. Okay, so it's asking me to paste the URL link. So I can go back to my Power BI service again. I'll go to exports, PowerPoint, embed live data, and I'll copy this link over here. And I'll come here and I'll do it and I'll paste it and I'll click on insert. So let's give it a couple of minutes. It's going to come up very soon. Voila, and it's out, right? So you can see right now, if I don't need to now do screenshot anymore now, I can actually have my Power BI right inside of my what? My PowerPoint. And I can do my presentation with my boss. Oh, how do you want to do this? And I can put it on a slideshow. So let's go to slideshow. And you can see it's also interactive. The sliders are also doing what? They're working. Everything is what? Interactive. You can see, right? You can see, right? So what did I do now? What did I do? I actually embedded my Power BI report inside of my what? My Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so that's that. So the next one I want to show you how to embed your Power BI report inside of what? Your Microsoft SharePoint site. So I'll go back to my browser. I'll open a new page, a new tab. I'll go to office.com, right? From office.com. Okay, so for my office.com, let me check how to change. I'm trying to look for the right account I'm using. I think this is my company's account. So let me just change it to, so let me switch accounts to different accounts. So my developer account. Okay. Hope you guys are following along because we have like a lot to do and I have less than 30 minutes. Okay, now, so from here, now this is my developer account. So I'll go to so this is office.com, right? So this is where you have all the Microsoft package, things like Microsoft Power Automate, Microsoft Power Apps, Power BI, and so many cool features under the Office 365. So if I go to my app launcher, you can see these are all the apps available to me under my Office 365. If I click on all apps, you can see all apps. So the reason why I'm using my developer account is that because my developer account, I'm the admin of this account, right? I'm the admin of this account. And I also have some people under me in my developer account. So if I go to my admin now, Right, let me just show you something. If I go to admin, okay. This is still showing me my company's on me because okay, let me see. I'll come here again. Let me try it again. So because I've logged out from that. Okay, so I'll select my developer accounts. Okay, so if I go to my users, if I check my active users, you see that I actually have some active users. Yeah. Okay. And this is taking time. Let's just continue. Well, I'll check that. Okay, I think it's out. Okay, yeah. You can see the active users I have here. So I have some people I've added. That's still me actually, but I just created random kind of email for this one. I can see it's Andy AI. This is Kido Jazz and some very funny names. So what I want to do now is I want to show you how to embed that same Power BI report, right, inside of Microsoft SharePoint sites. So I'll go to my app launcher, all apps. I'll look for SharePoint. Where's my SharePoint? Where's my SharePoint? Okay, you can see SharePoint here, right? I'll answer all the questions towards the end of this section. Okay, awesome. Hope it's still. Hope it's not giving me the wrong account now. Let me check. Yes, let's give it a couple of minutes loading. Hope it's not the wrong account. That's what I want to say confirm right now. Okay. So now in your Power BI SharePoint, right? So your Microsoft SharePoint rather, right? So you have to create a site. So if I click on create site, yeah, I have two options. So for SharePoint, what we use SharePoint to do basically is just for collaboration, right? So in SharePoint, you have two options. You can create two kinds of sites. You can either create a Teams site. So Teams sites are usually private, and are for people in a particular. That's people in a particular team, right? So let's say, for instance, you are in the marketing team, you have a site for marketing team, or you are in the finance team, you create a SharePoint site for only people in finance team, you get, and you add the people you want there. Also, what we call the communication site. Communication sites. So for the communication site, basically, the idea for communication site is just for announcement. Most of the people use for announcement, right? Just to give out broadcast and, oh, this is happening, we're going on break, or there's strike coming up. Just basically announcement, or everyone will have to meet a certain KPI. So the communication site is just basically for announcements. So what I'll do, I'll create a team site, which is a private site. So I'll click on create site. I have to give the site a name. So I can just call it UrBizEdge Teams Site webinar. Okay, so it will basically generate a group email for me to give me this is the site address. You get, because it's private, I can click on next. The language is basically English, because I speak English here. I can actually add some members to this site. I can add some members. Let me see that my developer account here. So you can see these members are here. Let me just copy this person's Kirujaz. I'm trying to get the the name is actually funny. Don't mind me, I like playing with my names. Okay, copy this. Come here. I'll add this, right? I pray. Okay, yeah, awesome. That's one person. Let me add another person again. After Kirujaz, I can add another person again to my team. This Andy AI. Okay, so I'll add Andy AI. I didn't even spell it well, so I'll paste it here. Okay, so I click on finish. So these are people that are going to have access to that in my particular team at the moment. So I can say later, right? So now I've created a site. This is a SharePoint site I've created called what? UrBizEdge Team Site Webinar. Right? So you can start designing your site, but I don't have time to start designing because this is just I think I have less than 20 minutes now. So what I will do now, I'll create a page, right? So if I come to new, can you see new? I'll select page. So let me just create a blank page. I say create page. So that is going. Awesome. So the page has created. So Microsoft keeps saying there's a big difference between Microsoft Power Pages and SharePoint page. But I'm honest, I don't like to, I've not really seen the difference so far, but I think Microsoft have the reason for saying that. So just keep waiting. So I'll go to now I'm back to my Power BI services. I'll go to File. I'll go to Embed Reports. Can you see SharePoint Online? I select SharePoint Online. I will copy this URL link. Can you see? I'll go back to my SharePoint page also. I can name this as your UrBizEdge sales sites, right? So let me just embed the Power BI report. So if I click on this plus sign over here, what did I click on now? If I click on this plus sign, you can search for Power BI, but you can see frequently uses Power BI actually. So I click on Power BI over here. Yes, so that's shown here. I'll say add reports, and I'll paste that link I just copied from my Power BI services inside here. Enter. It might take a little bit of time, but it's going to come out very soon. So let's wait. It's going to come out very soon. Just now, this one has to do with network now. So it's loading. Okay, yep. And it's out. Okay, cool. And you can see, right? So what I did now is that I added my Power BI report, right? From my Power BI service, I've embedded it inside of my Microsoft SharePoint page. And when I'm done, I can also publish it, but I'm not publishing because of I'll still delete this this site I just created. So you can see this is how you publish your Power BI report inside of what? SharePoint. Okay. So next one I'll talk about is how do you publish your Power BI report inside of Microsoft Teams. So this will be a little bit tricky because the current account I'm using is a community account. So, and if I try logging out in my developer account, it will affect the whole thing. But let me just show what I want to do now. So if I click on my Microsoft Teams, so if I was on Microsoft Teams here, right? Okay, so this one is already showing here. Let me just on what account is this? Okay, yeah, this is my community account. So let me just uninstall this. Yep. Say uninstall. Okay, awesome. Right. So if you're in your Microsoft Teams, you're doing it for the first time. Can you see app over here? Apps. So if you click on apps, right? So from apps, you can search for Power. Can you see Power BI? Right? Can you see Power BI over here? If I click on Power BI, it's going to appear, right? And I'll do what? I'll say add. So now it has added here. So as soon as it adds here, what I have to do, I have to pin it, because if I don't pin it, if I close this Microsoft Teams, it's going to leave. So I'll right click here and I'll say what? Pin to the taskbar. That's at the left hand side. And the Microsoft Teams on gives you the same experience as Microsoft Power BI services. It gives you the same experience. You can also create a workspace. You can also create what workspaces also, right? And the same experience you have. So if I come to this my workspace, I already have a report here already. So if I click on this, can you see? It gives you the same experience. This is Microsoft Teams, right? And this is the same Power BI report. You see the beauty of Microsoft Power BI. All these reports was still the same reports in my Power BI desktop. I took it to our Power BI services, right? I've shown how to embed the Microsoft PowerPoint. I've shown how to embed the Microsoft SharePoint. Now, the same thing now inside of my Microsoft Teams. Now I've embedded that same report side of Microsoft Teams. You can also embed inside some specific team. You know, Microsoft Teams also have what they call teams. Can you see teams over here? So if I click on teams, yeah, there are different community teams. I can just pick one team. Can you see this plus sign over here? I'll just search for what? Power BI. Click on Power BI and click on Power BI, and that's all. But I'm not adding it. You can see. So I can actually put a particular report in a particular team. Because this, the way I did the first one, everybody can see the report. But now if I want to put it in a particular team, only people in a certain team can view the reports. You get the idea, right? Okay, awesome. Let me check if any question. I will actually answer everyone's question. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. So which other thing that I was going to show you guys again? Okay, how to embed your Power BI report inside of my Jupyter notebook. So for some of you that are programmers that you like writing Python codes, right? So I'm going to show you how to embed that same report inside of any Python library, actually, any Python IDE. Can I embed it in Spider, PyCharm, or Jupyter Notebook? But me, I'm more comfortable using Jupyter Notebook because of its data science, it's data related friendly. So if I go to my, this is my Jupyter Notebook rather. If I go to my documents, if I look for my Python scripts, also I'll give you the link to, I'll give you the GitHub link to this. So for some of you that might be interested and want to build something, right? I'll give you the GitHub link. So let's say for my Embed Power BI inside of Jupyter Notebook. So this is it here, right? So while this is loading, okay. So for this one, I'll give you the GitHub code to this. Let me just go to my GitHub. So my GitHub, I will search for embed. Oh, sorry. Let me check embed Power BI reports. Okay. All right. So this is the GitHub code. So I've actually broken it step by step for some of you that might be interested. And also I made a YouTube video made available. So if I copy this link, I'll paste it to the chat box. Okay, awesome. So I'll come back here. So now to show you how to embed your Power BI report inside of what? Your Jupyter notebooks. Let me just clear all. So I'll go to my cell output, all output. Let me just clear all. Okay. So the first thing you need to do now, you need to import, that means you need to install the Python, the Power BI client, right? So this is the library you need when you want to embed your Power BI report inside of a Jupyter notebook. So you can use the pip install Power BI license. I've actually installed mine already, so I don't need to install it again. So the first thing I need to do, I need to import the libraries, right? So this is the code for importing the library. So if I run this by pressing Shift Enter, right? So I need two information. I need the group ID. I also need what? The report ID. So how can you get the group ID and your report ID? So if I go to my Power BI services again, right? If I close this, if you look at the top screen here, can you see groups here? So this is what they call the group ID. Can you see reports? So this is what we call the report ID. So when you copy those two, just come here and paste it here. Paste the group ID, also paste the what your report ID, and you run this, Shift Enter. So I have to do the authentication. This is the next step, right? So for the authentication now, right, I'm going to be using Azure Authenticator for this, right? So this is the code for authentication. Just when you write this, just run this by pressing Shift Enter. So it's telling me to, so I have to copy this code generated here, and I'll go to this link, right? And I'll paste the code here, and I'll say next. So after next, I'm using my developer account rather. So say developer account. Ask me for the password. Can I still remember the password? Let's get the password now. Come in. Okay, I print enters. Okay, yeah. So I have to do, so for this part, I need my Microsoft Authenticator. So I'm using my phone right now to authenticate it. So let me open my Microsoft Authenticator up. Just give me a minute. So I've approved. Okay, so it's work now. I've approved already. Okay, awesome. Okay, so just continue. Right, so it was done. Perfect. So I'll go back to my Jupyter notebook. So this one should stop. Yeah, awesome. So the next thing is to generate the report. So I can just Shift Enter to generate the report for me. So it's going to take a little bit of minutes. And voila. So you can see, right? Now what did I do now? I took my Power BI reports from my Power BI services. I've also done what? I've embedded it inside of my what? My Microsoft what? Sorry, inside of my Jupyter notebook. And it's also what's interactive. All slicers do what? They're working. All slicers are doing what? Basically working. Right? So you can see how amazing and how cool this is, right? This is my Jupyter notebook. For some of you that write Python codes, this is just Python code. Another easy way of doing it is you can also use what they call the iframe library. That's another one of doing it. So I'll go to another way. So I was working on one project one time last year, and it has to do with iframe and Python. And I was just embedding websites. I just thought about it. If I can embed website, I can also embed what? Power BI report also, right? So this one now, there's a library in Python called iframe, right? So for some of you that write HTML codes, use a lot of iframe, right? So you import the link, the library called iframe. When you run this, so I want to generate the dashboard. So this dashboard now shows what dashboard iframe source. The source is showing me the embedded code URL link. This one is what we call, go to file, embed website, right? So this link here is basically this link. Is this link that I put that I dropped here? Can you see? This is the link here. And I added my width and also my height. So when you do that, just run this and you will run this and voila. So I see quite easily done. Okay. Also interactive, very easy to use. Very easy to use. Okay, so which other one? I want to show you how to embed Power BI report inside of a website. That's a WordPress site. So let's take, for instance, now you're writing like a blog post, like on WordPress or any website, and you want to like embed that same report inside of that website. So you can also embed Power BI report inside of a website. That's inside maybe WordPress site or any other site. So for that one now, if I go to, let me just go to UrBizEdge blog. So for some of you now that I want to learn about Power BI and other things, we have a very, very nice blog called UrBizEdge blog. So I'll paste this link for you. So we have so many articles on our website. You can see connections in Power BI. We have Office scripts. So that different articles usually write about Power BI services. You can see connecting Power BI to multiple data sources, exploring Power BI visuals. We have so many articles. You guys can just come online and read about it. So I'll paste it to the group also. For some of you that might be interested in just reading and learning new things. Okay, so let me now show you how to embed that report now inside of my WordPress site. So the first thing I need to do now is you need two things for this to work. You need two things for this to work. Number one, you need what we call iframe plugins installed. You also need what we call embed plugins installed, right? So these are the two things you need for a website. If I have a Power BI report and I want to embed it inside a website, so I need these two plugins, iframe and embed, because I will need that embed plugins to help me install it. So for this now, I've already installed the plugins which I need, which is the embed and iframe, because I'm actually the admin of this website, so I can actually easily install it. So what I will do now is, let me now show you how to now embed. So let me just I'm doing a new post. Okay, I just clicked on new here. Okay, anyone sure? If I go to new, if I go to post, if I go to, let's do a new post rather. So new post, right? Just gonna take a little bit of time. Okay, awesome. So what I want to do now, I will name it as Embed Power BI report to website, right? So for the website, now I'll need I want to write a little bit of code, so I can just say I have to put iframe first. I'll say iframe, right? So I'll say iframe equal space the source, that's src, must be equals to, that's the link now. So I'll go to this is my embedded link. I'll copy this my embedded link. I'll go back to my website. I'll paste this here. I'll cover this again, right? I'll say width. So I want the width. I actually want a very big width. So I can just say the width should be 100%, right? And I'll say the height should be, just make it 500. 500 looks cool. I'll say 500. and I close it, and I hope no issues. So let me preview this. So this is it, right? So if you preview this, let me just take it to preview. And let's see if it works. So let's give it a minute. Okay, voila. I can see, right? So this is the website. I can see how it looks like. Now what did I do now? I've already embedded that same report inside of a website. So now you can have like a marketing site or something, like your company website. You're trying to sell your product to your customers. I say, okay, we make certain amount of revenue over the last 5 years. You want them to see a dashboard, something interactive that they can actually use. You can do something like this. You get the idea behind this, right? Okay. And let's see so that's how that one works. I don't think I should go further than this again. I don't think I should go further than this. Okay, let me just stop for here now. Let me stop here. But the other tools you can actually use, like you can also embed inside of Notion, and you can also embed inside of Canvas doc. But I don't think you need those two. But I think that's all. That's all. So any questions? So I'm done. Any question? So if you have any question, you can raise your hands up. So I'll stop sharing my screen now. So any question, any question, any question? I think I finished before time. 3 more minutes. Cool. So any question? Any question? If you have question, you can raise your hand or you can put it in the chat box. Oh, thank you, Folonsho. Any question? Any question? Any question? Yeah, the recording will be made available, Basi. Okay, Oladimeji answer up. Oladimeji. So Oladimeji, I'll make you a speaker. And so you can unmute yourself. So Oladimeji, you can unmute yourself.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you, Temidayo. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So my question is actually, it's not based on your presentation. Maybe your presentation is actually part of it. Is there a community or a medium where we participant can actually engage after the session? For example, we need some files. Maybe it's not uploaded on the YouTube channel, your UrBizEdge YouTube channel, and we need the file, the source file. I think I contacted you during the week on your session. Yeah. So instead of doing that, maybe you can maybe we have a medium where we can ask such question after the training. For example, again, the training by Abisola, I think last week Power BI session. We are still expecting the source file so that we can use the price. It's not uploaded on your YouTube. So is there a channel that we can interact with the admin, with your UrBizEdge to get things like that after the session?
Okay, I'll give you the Telegram. I will send the Telegram link now. So you guys can join the Telegram channel. So if you have any other question, you can still raise your hands. So for that Abisola's question, what presentation was that? Oladimeji. No. People don't get access to the data set, only the reports. That's for people don't get access to the data set. So when you embed and you publish, right? The only thing people want to interact with is the reports. You are still the only one that have access to the data sets. Nobody gets access to the report. Only people, maybe the people that might have access to the data set are maybe like you have people as part of your admin or part of your user group. Those ones will be in the company's workspace, not external use this time around. So when you're embedding the reports, that's when you're creating an embedded code for your reports. You're only they can only interact with only the report, not the data sets. So data sets is only inside of your workspace. Any other question? I'm going to paste the link very soon. I might just paste after this section. So the recording for this session also will be made available on our YouTube channel. I think someone was asking one question about Outlook or something. Let me check. I'm coming. Just a couple of minutes. Hold on, please. Okay. You can try using Jupyter Notebook. It's cool also. Okay, can I share the raw data? Did I have the raw data? I'll check on my system. Yeah, just one random report I just created one time like that. Okay, so any other question? Any other question? Okay, so someone was asking, can I embed this report in Outlook to share with my team? No, you have to have you have to have like, so for that Outlook only, last year it was a preview. I know it came out as a preview last year. I even tried it because I was one of the first. I tried it actually, but later then I've not seen it. Like, I think it's for people under the premium per user. But I know that when it first came out, I tried it. It worked, but after that I didn't even see it again. So, but you have to have like a Power BI license. So for the free, it won't work. That's for Goose Power, right? So for the free, you are trying to embed a report inside of your Outlook. It won't work. It won't work. So because you have you need something interactive. Even the normal things I did now was I had to use a pro license. So imagine I want to use Outlook. It must be like, I think premium per user or premium capacity, one of those two rather. So it won't work. It won't work. Oh, sorry, good. I had to be fast because I had like a lot to cover. Okay, so I guess no other question. No other question. So I've already sent the link. So this recording will be made available on our YouTube channel by tomorrow. I'll also send a link for feedback. So we actually love you guys' feedback on how we can improve on our section, what topic you want, and some other cool features you might want to see, or which person you want us to invite in future. So I really appreciate if you guys can help us fill the feedback form. So for features and sections and everything. So Oladimeji, Oladimeji's question, he said he wanted a link to our community. So I'll look for, just give me a minute. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get, yeah, that's what I'm trying to get now. So Gmail, just give me a minute, I'll send to you now. I meant to say stop recording because I'm done with the section already. So I'll stop my recording right about now. Okay.